Hey everyone, Chris Ramsey here with the Chris Ramsey Show, and I'm excited about today's episode. I want to talk about a tactic that I have used multiple times with properties combining in value up to 12 million or as little as 500,000. So I've done this tactic 4 or 5 times at this point, and it really feels like I'm stealing every time that I do it. So let's get into a little bit. And I'm going to talk about a deal that anybody can do at any time. When you're buying portfolio deals. So let's say that we're buying 4 multifamily properties. Let's call them 4 duplexes. So we're buying 4 two-families. Now, when you go in and you're negotiating with the seller, you're going to negotiate regular, right? And hopefully that we're going to get a deal. Let's say that this is an off-market deal that we have here, and we're going to tell them all the great things about how we're going to pay the closing costs, we're going to pay the title, you're not going to have to use a realtor, so that fee is going to be out of the way. And we're going to get a very good price on these 4 duplexes, right? So let's call it, we get a 25% discount. Let's say that these 4 duplexes are $1 million and that we got a discount for $750,000. So when we actually go to our attorneys and try to sort this deal out, they're going to ask how much for each property, right? We have to put a value on all 4 of the properties. Now, this is what I do in every scenario. I tell the seller, and I usually tell them before we finish the deal, before we reach that price of $750, hey, to get you up to this amount of money, to get you the highest amount of money that I can offer you, you need to play ball with me on the values of the 4 properties. Basically, what I'll do is I'll take the 3 properties that are of least value, and I'll have them increased in price for those 3 properties. So let's say in this instance where I'm buying 4 duplexes, the 3 properties that are of the least value, I want to value them at, say, $700,000. I'll make it really drastic just to prove the point here, but this is possible. So I'm going to make those 3 properties worth $700,000. And I'm going to make the 4th property, which I think is the most valuable, worth $50,000. Now, the seller really doesn't care, right? Because he's still coming out with the same $750. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy that 4th property cash. So I got to put up $50,000 cash for that property. The other 3 properties, $700,000, I'm going to get a mortgage on, right? So now I have a mortgage on the 3 properties, and the 4th property, basically, it's really as simple as this. I paid cash for it. I'm going to wait a month or 2, and then at that point, I'm going to go in and I'm going to refinance that 4th property. So I'm going to pull most, if not all, of my money out because I refinanced that 4th property, which I thought was the most valuable. I'm going to put down a down payment on that $700,000, the 3 properties of $140,000. And when I refinance that 4th property, I'm probably, let's say that refinances for $200,000 and I get 80% of that $200,000. I'm going to pull $160,000 off just that property. So now all I have in as a down payment on these 4 properties is around $30,000 or $40,000 depending on the appraisal. So this is how you can basically steal portfolios. And I've done this multiple times. Obviously, you're going to hope that the properties still cash flow or cover the bills after you do this tactic, right? You don't want to be paying out or losing money. So you do want to be safe when you do something like this. But this can allow you to scale very, very quickly because you're not using any of your cash or using very little of your own cash. Thank you for listening to today's episode and this quick but effective little tactic that I use. If you're on any of the social medias, please follow me if you got any value in this, especially my Instagram. I'm really trying to grow that right now at The Real Chris Ramsey. Thanks, everyone. Bye.